Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our Eastleigh save, and it is really hotting up now. 5 games to go with 3 points from Swansea, and we're taking on QPR, who are on 72 points in 5th. Before we get started though, of course, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and let's hope we can get into the playoffs and show a little bit more excitement coming. So, how have we got to this point? Now, there's not much has gone on, that's for sure, since the last game that we saw. What was our last game? It was our 4-2 win against Coventry. That was it. We then lost to Preston North End. Now, if I can show you the stats of this game, they had 2 shots on target the whole game, and one of them was a penalty. So, to say we should have won that game is an understatement. So I'm a bit annoyed about that. We did manage to then beat Burnley, though, 1-0, who are second in the league, which was a very, very good win. Then a 3-1 win against Peterborough was fantastic. We've just drawn against Brentford. They went 1-0 up. They had a player sent off. We could have won the game. In the end, we drew. They were only just below us in 9th. So it was good to get a point to just keep that distance that we needed. And we're 3 points away from Swansea, who are in 6th. If we can beat QPR as well, we reel them in as well. So it just helps, doesn't it? It just will help. One thing we have had is Arango wanted to leave. Wasn't getting the game time. I didn't want to cause any arguments at this stage of the season, so I said fine. He is likely going to go to Orlando City in America. That's fine. We're making a bit of money, which is good. Otherwise, you've also got lots of bids coming in for Conway as well. The MLS teams are fancying him. I'm hoping they just leave him alone because I don't want him to go anywhere, not at this moment. And why do they feel the need to frustrate our season right when it's getting juicy? Do you know what I mean? But we're taking on QPR. It's a massive, massive game. Like I say, they're only just above us in the league. So we've got some reeling in we could do today. And we can see here that the likes of... Oh, well, we can't see because it's gone now, as it is a free kick for QPR. Looking to work their way forward out wide to Kesler Hayden at fullback. Back to Tegu A. I mean, what a name that is. Tegu A. It's Tegu and then an E separate from it. And then you've got Smith right next to him, which is quite funny. The kind of contrast in names there. 8 minutes in, and they're keeping the ball quite nicely. It would be good if we can nick it off them, though, and counter. It's one of those sort of passing movements that looks like we might be able to. And especially with Nadolny getting that under is fantastic. He plays it back to Elliott. And Boniek is through on goal. Can he finish? Yes, he can. Of course he can. Absolutely on fire. 25th goal of the season. Fantastic ball by Ben Elliott. Gives us a 1-0 lead with Boniek getting that goal. What a goal. I mean, the one thing I have noticed, it seems like we do perform... I don't want to jinx it, but we do seem to perform better against the better sides, which is odd, to say the least. But, yeah, what a goal to score early on as well, which is quite nice. It helps us get a bit more comfortable into the game. We're 2 points behind QPR now. It's a massive, massive game, but we've still got plenty of time to go as QPR's ball comes in from a corner, which is headed over the bar, but we're quite safe in the fact that we now have a goal kick and we can restart things again. 20 minutes gone in the first half, and looking pretty good. I say pretty good. They have had more chances, that sort of thing. But being at home is always great because I feel so much more positive when we're playing at home. A ball looked to play through to Tyne. Wasn't quite able to get there with Stepe in the middle, but working well otherwise. Ball forward, Sutherland should be able to get this under and not really panic too much as the striker steps off him. And Ramsey's back in the side. He was out for 2 games, picking up 10 yellow cards this season, and he's now happy to stick around following his kind of contract issues. So I'm very happy with that. He's obviously got the game time he wanted. We're doing a bit better in the league, which is great. Cheguino, though, has been played through for QPR. He has been forced out wide, but he's managed to find Twine inside, who looks again inside one more time. Plays Siley, And Christian Siley just tucks it into the bottom left-hand corner. Keeper didn't know where to go. Okonkwo didn't quite get his feet set, so kind of just fell to his knees in the end. 1-0, 20 minutes in. At least we've seen we can score. Now, it's a bit of a shame that they've managed to play the ball effectively across the box, 3 players, and then slot it through to Psyche, who's just on his own in there. I'm not entirely sure what you two are doing there. You're nowhere near any of their players. But either way, not a bad start. So we are a few more points off them again. 4 points, which isn't great. We need a win today, I think. I think that's kind of what we have to get, especially as Palace are leading and they do go above us because of that. Swansea are winning 2-0 at Peterborough, so it's very, very comfortable for them. And what about Huddersfield? I think Huddersfield might be drawing, I think I saw. I'm not entirely sure because for some reason this doesn't like to always work. The latest scores tab on this. Oh, there you go. We've shown... Oh, they're losing to Stoke. So, I mean, that's helpful for us anyway. Ramsey, though, here we go. Just before half-time, getting a goal would be fantastic. Hill is throwing the ball and he's driving into the middle of the pitch. A ball over the top, not quite making it to Boniek, but Conway latches onto it. Hill now, and Elliott again looking for another ball over the top, trying to find Tyne this time. But unfortunately, it isn't one. Ramsey comes forward and put the pressure on. So the ball's cleared, but comes straight back to us on the other side of the pitch. Elliott's ball over the top finds Conway. Can he finish? He can finish. David Conway, who's really started to turn up now this season. Like I said in the last game, he's turned up at the latter stages of the season, and that's what we needed. And him tucking it away there from another lovely ball over the top by Ben Elliott, who seems to relish that defensive deep-lying player role because he just sits there, plays the ball over the top, and our boys are able to come inside and latch onto it, get in the goal, giving us that point, or that goal, that goal to put us in the lead just before half-time, which is excellent, just what we wanted, and it gets us that much closer to the playoffs once again. Looking at things, Calvin Ramsey hasn't had a great game, but I don't want to do too much. A couple of players deserved their yellow cards, but again, I don't think we would need to change much at this stage. I think in this sort of game, because we're playing pretty well, even though we conceded, I think it's more about bringing players on to kind of refresh, make sure, especially the style we play. We play a really high pressing, high intensity, working hard style of play. So we've got to make sure the boys are able to do that consistently. So it might be a case we look to take Tyne off at some point as he's looking a bit jaded and he's not performing too great. So he might have to be taken off and swapped in for someone else. But again, we'll have to see who we've got. We've got Ortega, a Kong as well, who can play that, and same as Stefancic. So we've got plenty of players who could come on and we can kind of move boys around to get them on the pitch behind the striker. But with just over an hour gone, we're looking pretty good, pretty positive. A bit of a shame that it looks like Huddersfield are above QPR there. Why is that a shame? I don't care who's above who in that bit. I just want to be closer to him. Tyne receiving the ball from a throw-in, loses out straight away, which is really, really poor. But they don't have anyone up top, so Sutherland just takes that down nice and comfortably. Hill back to Sutherland. Is he going to switch play or is he going to look back to the goalkeeper, Okonkwo, who again has plenty of time but looks long forward? Stepe wins the ball brilliantly. Boniek into Conway, who looks round the corner. It falls to Stepe, who fires it off the bar and in. 7th goal of the season. And he's absolutely rifled that in. Got a bit lucky with the deflection. The defender managed to cut the ball out initially, but wasn't able to keep it under control. He won the first header to flick it down to Boniek, who looked for the ball to Conway. Conway played it through to try to find Hill, but it ended up being cut out. Defender wasn't able to get control. Stepe jumped in there and decided to smash that in off the bar, which is brilliant stuff. It's exactly what we want. 15 minutes to go. We are looking very, very solid, and it's excellent to see. Let's bring on Stefancic. He's looking very pleased, so let's do that. I'm glad you're looking pleased, boy, because we are actually winning the game quite comfortably. 3-1, 10 minutes to go. We might slowly start to just move players around, bring players on. Stepe will be one of those players we'll take off for Ortega. Alvaro Ortega, like I say, has been very good. The only reason why he's not been starting games is just because the other 3 guys have been better. That's literally it. Can't fault him for his work rate and how good he's been, but certainly worth maybe making one more change. Maybe take Alfie Morris on, who can maybe chase the ball down a little bit. Just try and work as hard as you can. He's not the fastest player, which is probably why we might look to move him on, but don't tell him that in the next season or in the summer. But wow, what a result this would be. Absolutely fantastic. It is a bit frustrating that we didn't get the win against Brentford after they went a man down, and that loss to Preston was massive. But Stefančić with a header, Conway off the post. I mean, 2 of the smallest players on the pitch managed to win 2 headers there and hit the post with it. So I think that just shows how well the boys have been playing recently, with some of our smaller players even winning headers. It's very, very nice to see. Hill's header this time. Dryden heads clear though. And then the goal scorer for QPR, Siley, gets that. But it does end 3-1, an absolutely fantastic result against a promotion rival. We destroyed them. It was great. What a result. 2 points off them now. We've got a better goal difference though. So if they slip up, same as Huddersfield, same as Swansea, if any of them slip up, we can really, really cause them problems. Being in this position is great. It means that we don't have to worry too much. We can just enjoy our football, continue to try and win games, and it's down to them. If they mess it up, then we can jump in. Ben Elliott, though, you were superb, so I am going to say well done to you. Milano spotted at the Silver Lake Stadium, the Chelsea boss, looking at Nadolny. So it shows that he is one of the Next Gen 50. He was announced there. I think he was 34th or something. So no wonder big teams are looking at him, and he's a good player. If we can keep him, I'd love to. But I'm not too positive about that. We are taking on 19th Nottingham Forest up next. So that is, again, a massive game. We do seem to struggle against teams who are lower down in the table, as evidenced by today, because we've just beat them. But again, Arango, yep, you can go for 2.6 million, sure. Otherwise, yeah, like I say, it's just a case that we've got Nottingham Forest, Millwall, Sheffield Wednesday and Reading. Sheffield Wednesday's a massive game, who are in 3rd. Nottingham Forest 19th, Millwall 20th. So really low teams, those two. And then a couple of tougher games going. I mean, they'll all be tough games. It's 4 games to the end of the season. We might be back for the Reading game or the Sheffield Wednesday game. I don't know. We could be back for any of them. Just depends how we get on in the next couple of games against Nottingham Forest and Millwall. But we will see you then for those, as it will be very, very tight and very exciting. So I'll leave you there. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content like this, and fingers crossed we can get that promotion, or at least reach the playoffs. But I will see you in the next one.